fed up, now it's time to eat. Fed up,
Okay, today I'm going to show you a little bit about knives. Types of knives, what they're used for, care of, and storage, and the best ways to use them. What I want to start off with is we have a paring knife here. This is used for little small jobs like maybe coring out a tomato, and I'll show you that in a second. We have boning knives, a couple different sizes of boning knives here. These are used if you have like a rib roast, rack of lamb getting in, or if you're cutting up, piecing out chicken. These work really well. A fillet knife works to get in, separating meat from skin, and if you can see, it's very flexible for getting in and making that separation there. And then you have what I've always considered the workhorse of the kitchen, the chef's knife or French knife. This is a 10-inch, and let's see, these are both about 10 inches, but one's a little bit longer than the other because this one's pretty old and has been sharpened down. And then this is an 8-inch, a little bit different, but we're going to get to all of these and the care of and maintenance. Now, first thing you want to do, make sure you have sharp knives. A dull knife is more dangerous than a sharp knife. To do that, what you want to do is keep it honed. You want to keep the edge of the knife honed. You see a lot of people, a lot of times they'll use this honing steel like this. Nothing wrong with that. I like to kind of put it down on a surface and just sort of bring it across like this. Honing steel keeps the edge of the blade sharp and in line. This is a sharpening steel. It's embedded with diamond dust, so it will actually tend to sharpen the knife a little bit. Do this regularly, okay? And your knives will stay nice and sharp. I'm going to go ahead and set these on the side here, because we're just going to start with some of the basic knives that we'll be using today here. I'm going to start off with the paring knife. Show you a couple neat things that you can do with that. All right, set this here for now. Paring knife. Start off something like this. As I said before, you can just kind of go in here, make a little cut, and that's for getting your something out of the tomato there. Okay, we'll dice that up later. Another thing that you can do with this is use it for garnish. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just a neat little tool for, like I said, the smaller jobs, maybe more delicate. You may have seen I had one of these as a garnish. I think it was fish and chips. I had a big sprig of parsley on there. And what I'm doing here, I don't know if you can see, I'm just sort of going at about little 45-degree angles across the lemon here, and then take and separate. And you can get a little, see, to put a little sprig of something in there for your garnish, if it'll stay in there, like so. Okay? Paring knife. One other thing you can do, turning mushrooms. This is kind of a neat little trick. This will definitely take some practice. I've not done it in a while, so if it doesn't look absolutely perfect, don't. But you may see these sometimes, and all I'm really doing is just literally turning the mushroom and just holding this at an angle, and then you peel that off, and then you have a nice decorative mushroom. You can make a little indentation there for, say, maybe a star. Just decoration. Garnish. Can you see that? Set that aside there. Now, I'm going to get into the workhorse here. The chef's knife. This is my favorite. I got this one in Japan. First thing I want to do is show you cutting some corn off the cob. Notice when I hold it, I don't hold it in a grip like this. I don't like hold it. There's ways that you'll see people. I like to just kind of hold it in a comfortable And you want to let it just go down. Let the knife do the work. Let the sharpness of the knife do the work. I'll cut this in half. Okay, and we want to set up a nice base. And then here, you just want to let it slide down. That'll come right off. And that's how you get. If you'll notice the way the knife is almost just falling right through the corn here. All right, and you get most all of that off like so. Should get this plate. You think I could make a vegetable soup with this tonight? Next one we're going to do some of the basic cuts, culinary cuts. There's several different cuts that you will find. There is what's called a bâtonnet, and that is a cut almost like a French fry, a little bit smaller than a French fry. It's about 3 inches by half to 1/3 of an inch. That is called a bâtonnet. Now, that wasn't too difficult. I just have some celery here. I'm going to cut this big part off here. All I'm doing is just, again, here, I want a nice flat surface to work with. And now I've done some celery bâtonnets for your vegetable plates. Go one smaller, cut those in half, and then you have what's called a julienne. Julienne cut. This is more of like a smaller fry. You may have this with carrots.